balls.
So these are probably breaking into a billion pieces then.
Yeah, that takes forever to clean up. And also champagne's so sticky. I've dropped a glass of champagne before, and it is a nightmare. But yeah, right before, like, you're already having a bad day, you're already feeling like down about your job performance and stuff, and then that happens. I get the, like, it'd be cool if I left right now, actually. I wouldn't hate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It was just bad timing. And then, I mean, Sean, I know we already talked about Gary a little bit. Like he hurts his hand at the end. They're trying to like so they go sailing. They do legit sailing. I will say this to the end of this show. It's called Below Deck Sailing Yacht, but all hell breaks loose whenever they sail. Nobody's ready. Like they don't have these like drawers that are meant for sailing, or the cookware is not meant for sailing. Like no one's ever prepared. And then this is probably the fastest I've ever seen them go, or like the bumpiest they ever had while sailing, right?
Yeah, no, it was bad. Beautiful to look at. Like the camera shots were awesome. Like especially while the sails were up, like just like the boat going up and down and everything. And yeah, I think the starboard runner, I'm gonna pretend I know what that is. I think that's what gets the sail up and down.
Yeah, probably.
It stops working.
Okay. That sounds bad.
I wonder if I could get a sailing job just going like, I have a podcast, so I know what I'm talking about. And while Gary's trying to fix this, he hears the door slamming and hey, you know what, Glenn, you had to go to Tom. Yeah, I don't know. This is, I feel like you need an extra person.
Yeah, I never understood. Well, I guess I do, because it's a smaller ship, so that's why you have one less deck crew.
Yeah,
but then like you really can't, like during quarantine, like was Tom really that bad that you like didn't trust? Well, maybe it was that bad that you didn't trust him. And so like, should there have been an emergency, you can't trust him to do the right thing. But man, they're just so swamped, and now this is happening. Like, imagine if they just like can't get like the sail down. I don't know, man. I'm sure there's a manual way to do it, but
they just sail forever. That would be, there's an uncontrollable boat. Yeah, it
won't
like
slow
down.
Fast and Furious movie where it's just like the boat's out of control, the sailboat's out of control,
or speed. The boat can't slow down. Well, there was a speed 2 cruise control that didn't do well.
No, I didn't think so.
Keanu Reeves said, I said that in theaters.
That's bad,
that's how old I am too. Yeah.
All right. So Gary hurts his hand. Sean, there's only 4 more charters left, this being one of them. Kind of depressed about that.
I feel like we're kind of at the midway point. We're going to have to do a midway crew ranking sometime soon.
I think, but maybe like after like March Madness or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe which is coming to an end here.
Yeah. Next week. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to get into who won and who lost the episode? Then we'll get into March Madness results.
Yeah. The only honorable mention I had was the guests. They're Chicago foodies. We'll find out if they got anything interesting to say.
I tell you, I think one of the preference sheets was like, I eat at the finest restaurants. It's like, this person's going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah. One of them's a vegan too. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Go like to
Even
Marcos.
Carlos was right. Or Marcos was right. He was like, yeah, man, it's easy if they're all vegans, but when the fact that one of them's vegan, it's like you're literally doing double the work. You're making 2 meals.
Absolutely.
So it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but for awards, John, my winner, bit of a shocker here. I was kind of defending her the entire podcast, though. Ashley, I think she comes across okay in this episode. She has a great point about Gary making out with her, then laying Gabby into his bed.
Yep.
She's got a point there. She's a good sport about helping out on deck. She makes somewhat of an effort to be like nice to Gabby this episode.
Yep.
I think even Daisy checks in with them early on in the episode, and Ashley's like, yeah, we're doing well together. And she falls off that bed and she gets right back up like a champ. And like, it's a low bar with Ashley. I'm sure it'll drop down more next episode, and like she might lose the next one, but giving her flowers tonight. She won. She won. Big Fender energy belonged to Ashley to me.
Yeah. So Sean, you're not wrong. I think the bar was set kind of low for like what we expect out of Ashley as far as being a human. And she actually did pretty well this episode. Yeah, she like freaks out about the whole, Gary thing. And like this it's kind of understandable if you like made out with a guy like a couple hours earlier. But yeah, she did try to like, console Gabby. I thought it was a pretty good episode for her. I went with like a shot in the dark here. I just went with Colin. So I felt like he had a pretty good episode. He was pretty funny when he was like he was just being like the antagonist to Ashley for a while. And then there was another good part when like, if Gary goes to bed, like I said, you need two people in the hot tub at all times. Colin stepped up. Colin's like, I have to go to the hot tub because it has to be Daisy and I. So he made that night too. I think without Colin, it's a different vibe. So yeah, I don't think anyone had a super strong episode, but I give it to Colin this time.
Yeah, he also Gary took the longest to get ready, and then when he walked out, he's like, "It took you 90 minutes, and that's what you're wearing." He's really good at making fun of Gary. So
yeah,
you need
which
that.
Is good. Yeah. All right, Sean, who'd you have lose in the episode?
So speaking of, I had Gary, and I don't really have a good reason for it. But you can't go to bed early when there's a deck party. He owes it to the girls on deck.
No, Sean, he owes it to us.
And the viewers, and to us.
Yeah, he owes it to us.
The viewers, the Overboard, our podcast, our fans. He owes it to us. Now, look, there's still two girls fighting over him at the end of the night. So
he's not actually... He's in bed, and there's two girls fighting over him.
He's not actually the loser, but I don't know. He hurt his hand. Got flustered a lot on deck.
Yeah.
So he didn't really lose, but like, yeah, I he's got to be he's got to be in the hot tub. He has to make one appearance every night off.
He's a glue guy. He's more than a glue guy. He's like the life of the party, right?
Yeah.
So
Colin's a glue guy.
Yeah.
But Gary's the I'm gonna make another like metaphor with glue, but it wouldn't make sense. He's the
huff. He's the huff.
Yeah. He's oh no, I can't do that.
I don't know, man. I was thinking of going with Marcos. Just because like I feel like we were gonna get a little Kelsey, and now she might just be so shy that she's like, I'm done. I tried, but Marcos shot me down. I could have gone with Gary though. I don't think anyone really had a poor episode.
I mean, you could have. I mean, I thought I'd go with Gabby too, but I don't know. Like she was also the star of the episode.
Exactly, it's tough.
It's tough. There wasn't a clear loser, but okay, Marcos just for Kelsey tried, didn't work out.
Yeah,
there's a big fight because of it. Yeah, Kelsey's never talking again at dinner.
She's done. She's like, I tried. Do you guys remember that one time at dinner? So, all right, Sean. So that's it. So let's get into the spirit of March Madness. So obviously we've been doing a March Madness Below Deck edition here. We are down, Sean, to the final four. We did it this week. I know there's some controversy, but Sean, we had Med Sailing Yacht Season 2 against Sailing Yacht Season 2 against Med Season 4. So this is the best Med season, I think, against Sailing Yacht. Probably the best Sailing Yacht season, obviously, because one was terrible. So who won, and was it close? I don't know the results.
Wasn't that close. Okay. Sailing Yacht won, I think, by like 70-30.
Okay.
Pretty easy Sailing Yacht Season 2 victory. And like, there's a lot to love about Med Season 4. You got the June Hannah. That was funny. The Russian chef who loved Putin and couldn't cook. And her nacho platter was an all-time thing that Sandy said she couldn't serve. Yeah, Jack, Aisha, and Travis were just great partiers and a lot of fun. Everyone loves Colin Macy O'Toole of Long Island. A lot of people like Zhao as well. You got the Ben appearance at the end. So lots of love, but like Sailing Yacht season 2, as we say, it's just an all timer. Like John, a footnote of that season, I just remembered it was remember when Allie and Danny are making out and like hooking up, and John, Luke, and Gary are listening like from the door.
Yeah.
Like that was just like a random thing that happened. So that season
Yeah.
was nuts. And it's gonna be hard to be in the finals, but we'll see. Because like I mean Below Deck's is a bigger show.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sailing Yacht season 2 beats the best med season.
What's the deal with the Sandy and nachos? I guess you just can't serve nachos.
Yeah.
Because it's like season 4, those nachos were terrible. And then Kiko?
Yeah,
Kiko
season 5.
like, yeah, she's basically like, do a what was it, like a Vegas night? And Hannah's like, nachos, do this. So he does nachos and she's like, oh, you have to leave. You can't be here anymore.
I do
nachos around Sandy.
I do. Yeah, I remember that controversial season, but I do like that. Like they've got a bunch of Americans on board, and like it's Hannah and Kiko, like figuring out what like Vegas is. And I know Vegas isn't like an international city and everything, but you could have asked like one American. Like I don't like what Vegas doesn't really have a cuisine that I can think of.
But like
it's buffets.
Vegas. Well, yeah, but Vegas actually has some of like the best restaurants for food.
Right. But like
country,
it's international though. Like there's people.
It's eclectic though.
Yeah,
exactly. It's
nachos is just a weird choice.
It's not known for anything. Yeah,
like I guess it's in the Southwest, but like it's not. It was so funny. I was like steak and lobster, like 70s Vegas.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. All right.
Then, but so Sailing Yacht season 2 moves on. Yep.
They're in the finals. So then we've got Below Deck season 3 against Below Deck season 6. Now, Sean, do you want to talk about we're cutting it off as of this podcast? Is that correct?
From voting night, if you're in line, stay in line. That unfortunately, I set the time limit wrong for the poll, so I had to turn people away. So this is really close too.
Yeah, this one's close. There's technically like 23 hours left or whatever it is, but we're calling it. We're calling it, right? We
I got the call from
the desk.
From the head of the network.
Yep.
Maricopa County and Broward County and Bucks County.
Yep. Miami-Dade County is coming in. They're coming in. We've got 95% reporting. So we've got the confidence. Sean, let's not bury the lead.
So hope people this wasn't rigged either, guys. So it was kind of an upset. Below Deck season 6, the 2 seed narrowly edges Below Deck season 3. Now, closest match yet. It was like 51% to 49%. And these are 2 very chaotic seasons. They both had multiple cast members leave.
Yep.
But I think Below Deck season 6 wins because I think a lot of things. You had Chandler being fired. You had Riley being a nightmare. You had Caroline being squeezed out. You had Josiah and Kate, who everyone loves. And you had maybe the most iconic moment of the whole Below Deck world of Ashton getting thrown off deck. Yep. I get why it won. This is the first season ever to be nominated for an Emmy. I think because Ashton was thrown off of the deck and almost died. And it really raised Below Deck awareness. So I think that's why it won. This is close though.
Yeah. It's as close as you're going to get. I'm looking at the live one right now. It's 52 to 48. So,
okay.
So we're calling it. It's Below Deck season 6 is moving on, Sean, to the finals against Sailing Yacht season 2. Now, Sean, I know there's going to be people say, but you're doing this while Sailing Yacht is airing. So any issues here? I mean,
no, so okay, that's accurate, and we're better than anyone at covering Sailing Yacht.
I think we're the best Below Deck Sailing Yacht podcast in the world. Yeah,
Yeah, that's just where we hit our stride.